everyone can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you, Chukwuemeka.
Okay. My name is Chukwuemeka. Like Tobias said, one of the interns, the SOC intern. I'll be walking us through a project I worked on in terms of threat detection. So I'll be sharing my screen with us. I've prepared a slide for this. Yeah, so Toby, it's saying I can't share my screen. I'm not allowed to share my screen. Okay, thank you. Okay, now we all confirm. You can see my screen now.
I see your
Okay.
screen.
Good evening once more, and welcome to today's session. Like I earlier said, I'll be walking us through on a project in terms that I worked on, which is threat intelligence and detection. So thank you once more again for joining us on this session on threat intelligence and detection. And today we'll walk through a real-world malware investigation scenario focused on protecting patient care system. So this project is within the healthcare space, and the goal of this project is to give a simple and easy to understand how threat intelligence and structured detection can help SOC team identify, analyze, and respond to cyber threats targeting healthcare environments. Everything we'll cover today connects back to one mission, and the mission is keeping patients' care uninterrupted and data secure. So the objective of this is first, we'll focus on threat identification, and this is the process of separating real malicious files from the noise of false positive. Then the next is we'll move on to intelligence collection, where we'll gather detailed identity indicators of compromise, which will help us to understand the threat in full. And the next stage will be for us to cover the detection strategy, which involves developing network detection rule that helps block or block and alert us on malicious activities. Each of these steps would lead us to an actionable protection for critical systems within the healthcare space. And I hope as you listen, I'll be able to share the steps we could use in our organization in terms of threat detection and the workflow we use. So the security alert. So we were faced with the scenario here. Our SOC team is facing. So we were flagged with 50 suspicious file hashes, and those 50 file hashes were termed as potential threats, which required us to carry out analysis. So we then proceeded to run our analysis, which included to find out the one that was actually malicious. And this highlights a key challenge in terms of threat intelligence, where you have high volumes of alerts with very low true positive. So the real question becomes, how do we isolate that single dangerous file fast enough to prevent damage? That's the focus of our plan. So to do this, we'll also be talking about the delays in we'll also talk about threats in healthcare. We are not just talking about data loss. We're also talking about delays in patients' treatment, unavailable systems, and potential loss of trust in terms of patients and partners. And we also know that downtime in a hospital can be measured in lives and not just in dollars or in pound or naira, as the case may be. Financially, ransomware events can cost millions, especially when regulatory fines and recovery expenses are included. So every step of this process, from detection to response, directly support safe and continuous patients here. So first, for our project, we outlined 4 frameworks that we were going to follow. Yeah, 4 steps in the framework we were going to follow. And the first step is the threat identification, where we detect and confirm malicious activity. The second is the intelligence gathering, where we build complete threat picture using IOCs, which is the indicator of compromise. Then the third is the detection development, which involves crafting and testing network rules that can spot and block malicious behavior. Then finally is leadership briefing, where we translate the technical findings into business languages so that executive can be able to act on it. I mean, it's enough for you to speak the technical terms, is another thing for them to understand what you're trying to pass across. So in the leadership briefing, this will help to further explain or make this more detailed for them to understand what is going on. So this approach also keeps everyone aligned, which involves the analyst, engineers, and the decision makers. So in phase one, we analyze 50 file hashes using VirusTotal, and VirusTotal here is an online threat intelligence platform that scans files, URLs, IP addresses, and domain using multiple antivirus engines and security tools to detect malware and other malicious content. VirusTotal helps us to compare these files across multiple antivirus engines to see which one is actually flagged as malicious. From there, we document every malicious detection, noting the malware family, the number of detections, and the classification. This step helps us to build the foundation for our entire analysis, and it also helps us to it also tells us exactly what we are dealing with before we move further. After this has been done, the next phase is a comprehensive indicator of compromise collection. So once the malicious file is confirmed, we expanded our investigation to collect all associated IOCs, and we were particular about five key types of IOCs. I mean, we were dealing with malware, so one thing with malware is they tend to encrypt your data so that you tend to pay. So we were focused on 5 types of IOCs. First, which is the network indicators such as the IP addresses linked to the threats. Next is the email addresses, often used for ransom demands or phishing. The next is the cryptocurrency wallets where payments are demanded. The next is the file signature, which identifies infected or encrypted files. And the last is the dark web assets, such as store sites used for communication or data leak. Each of these data points helps us to track the attacker's infrastructure and block future activity. So after the next, so for us to get this information, we had to make use of open source intelligence, and our intelligence didn't just come from one source. We made use of a mix of open and trusted sources. First was the vendor intelligence, which gives us detailed malware reports from security companies. The next is the threat sharing communities like the public research forums and SOC collaboration platforms, which allowed us to compare findings and with other analysts. And the next is the government advisory, which from organizations such as CERT and CISA to provide authoritative confirmation of threats activities. Finally, we validated our findings using technical tools like VirusTotal, DNS histories, and previous case reports to ensure accuracy. The phase 3 was with the IOCs gotten, we then focused on the network detection, which we selected one high confidence malicious IP from our list. and we clearly linked it to the command and control activity of the ransomware attack. Our task for this is for us to then write a suricata rule, and suricata in this case is an intrusion detection system and also an IP intrusion prevention system. So we wrote a suricata rule that detects any internal communication with this IP. Then we test it safely in a controlled environment to ensure it triggers correctly without generating false positive. This is where intelligence becomes prevention, a live actionable rule protecting real systems. After this, here in this slide, you can see what the suricata rule looks like. It was designed to alert whenever internal network traffic communicates with the known malicious IP address, and the message in the rule states describes the threats, the flow, specifies the direction, and the reference point to trusted advisories. In this case, a CISA Medusa local reports. By maintaining this structure and documentation, any analyst can easily understand what the rule does and why it exists. And this further helps to ensure consistency and traceability in our SOC operation. Here we have here is us testing the rule. For us to test this rule, we made use of hping3, which is a command to simulate network traffic towards the particular malicious IP address. When the simulation was run, we then reviewed suricata system to trigger our custom alert. We verify that the alert appears both in the suricata log and in the SIM dashboard. And so the SIM we made here is Wazio. So we tested it and it appeared on both systems. Finally, we proceeded to document every test, including the timestamp IPs and the analyst verification, so that the process is auditable and repeatable and carried out by someone else. For the final phase here, we have the executive reporting. So once the technical report work is complete, we shift focus to communication. Our threat summary then explains the nature of the attack and its potential impact on patient care, and we also provided evidence on detailed evidence on the proof on the evidence package, which include proofs on malicious activities, detection results, and also our response step. Then we also provided detailed action plans which defined who needs to act, what they need to do, and by when. So by structuring this report this way, we help the leadership make fast, informed decisions, which is essential during active threats. So here is to be able to review the 50 hashes we had. I mean, reviewing them one by one on VirusTotal was going to be time consuming, so we had to automate this. And to automate this, we made use of a bash script, which is an automated bash script, which had the 50 hashes, and with the use of an API, VirusTotal API, he proceeded to check those hashes and then return to us which of the hashes is malicious. And this was done within 5 minutes, as against having to review them one by one, which could probably take more than 30 minutes to achieve. So in the course of our analysis, these are the command and control IP address tied to the Medusa local ransomware family. All of them are all verified through the CISA advisory and observed in real-world healthcare attack. Blocking these IPs at the firewall or intrusion detector level prevent infected systems from contacting their controllers, and it is one of the simplest yet most effective ways to disrupt any active ransomware campaign. We also have the email addresses used by the malicious actors here. And we also have a list of Bitcoin wallets they use to get paid. We have malware file extensions. So all of these are also enriched in the in the SIM to help us better and get alerts when they pop up on our systems. And there are various ransomware note files. The dark web infrastructure they also make use of. So now, after all of this has been done, we then came up with recommendations for focus in terms of prevention. So we have a couple of recommendations here. Number one is for us to implement secure offline backup that can be changed or deleted and test recovery often. The next is for us to apply network segmentation to contain breaches and limit lateral movements. The next is for us to use multi-factor authentication and the principle of the less privilege for all users. Next is to implement secure email gateways to block dangerous attachment and external spoofing. We also recommend deploying endpoint protection and anomaly monitoring tools to detect unusual activities early. And finally, we recommend the use. We also recommend that our incident response playbook are current and practiced a minimum of twice a year. So all of this is preparedness for what turns breach into a contained event rather than a disaster. So in the end, I would like to thank us all. Thank you all for your time and engagement. And for everyone in the room, we also want to thank you. I also want to thank you for keep learning and keep collaborating and keep defending patients' care together. Thank you very much.
Wow, wow, that was wonderful. Please let's give Chukwemeka a round of applause. It's not easy. That was brilliant. Thank you so much, Chukwemeka. That was such a brilliant presentation. So I'm pretty sure that why is nobody clapping for Chukwemeka? Didn't you guys enjoy the presentation? This is not fair. Why is only how many of us are clapping? Thank you, Awaji. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. But thank you. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Exactly. Let's give Chukwemeka some. Let's give him some accolades. It's not easy. Okay. So now we can see exactly why or exactly what we mean when we talk about hands-on real experience. So it's not just about theory, basically, or a textbook or something like they say, oh, this is how we do it, and you don't get to actually practicalize it. At Amdari, you get to practicalize it, you get to work on hands-on project, you get to live in the moment and experience it as if you are actually in a real company, simulate real company, real world experience, and all of that. So this is exactly what makes us different at Amdari. We don't teach theory, we give you that real world experience and we help you boost your confidence and help you grow your portfolio that gets recruiters to, see your leg. Wow, I think we need to reach out to this person. I mean, who would not want to get a notification from a recruiter that says, would you like to get an interview? I saw your portfolio or I saw your LinkedIn profile. I'm pretty sure we would love to have that. So let me share my screen so I can give you the reason why Amdari or show you how Amdari can before we do that, do any of us have any questions for Chukwemeka? Because that was a wonderful presentation, and I doubt that nobody has anything to, ask Chukwemeka. Maybe how long he worked on the project for, the tools he used, anything that you would love to know about the whole project that was just presented. So if you have any questions, please, the floor is yours. Let me know. So you can raise up your hand. Just use the hand icon below and then I will give you the audience. So does anyone have any questions for Chukwemeka before we move forward? All right. I guess nobody has questions for Chukwemeka. So I guess we all understand the project. So if I say okay, let me choose someone in this call right now. Let me say okay, let me choose David. If I say, oh David, what tools do you think Chukwemeka used to work on this project? I'm not going to get a response. David, wouldn't you like to know? Ogunleye, wouldn't you like to know? I'm calling names now because nobody's answering. Nobody wants to ask the question. Toluwanimi, Samuel, wouldn't you want to know? TY, wouldn't you want to know? Because this was a wonderful presentation and it really shows what we do here at Amdari, and we're not joking, we're not playing around. We take your success really, really serious. All right, since nobody wants to ask Chukwemeka any question, I would go ahead and ask Chukwemeka a question. So, hi Chukwemeka, how long did it take you to work on this project?
Okay. Hi, Toby. Yeah, so for this project, it actually took 2 weeks. Okay.
Hmm.
And yeah, two weeks.
Okay, that's wonderful. 2 weeks for this project. I mean, this is the kind of project that you put in your portfolio, and people are like, "Wow, how did you get that done?" So, another question that I would like to ask: what tools would you say you used for this project, and did you work alone on this project?
Okay. So for the first part of the question, what tools? So for the task or for this project, made use of Suricata, made use of Azure. We also made use of the HPing Linux utility, which is to simulate traffic. Suricata in this case is an IDS or IPS, which is to monitor network traffic and act on it based on rules that we create or we ask it to do. Then for Wazure is the same tool, which is to generate alerts and aggregate our and be monitor our systems in terms of anomaly on each of these systems. So in terms of working on the project, I didn't work alone on the project. I worked with a team. I was in a team of four, including myself. So we're four of us, and to carry out this project, we shared the tasks across board with every member of the team having what they were going to work on, and we had days in the week where we meet to brief ourselves on what we've done so far on the project. And in terms of the presentation, because you still have to present your findings and everything you worked on, we also worked as a team, and we also prepared. If you look at the presentation, in the presentation, there's a part where you have the technical report. So we worked as a team to prepare a comprehensive technical report, which is a lot more detailed compared to what you have in the presentation here. So yeah, I worked as a team. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for that, Chukwemeka. So, everyone that refused to ask that question, I hope you don't use this information because you did not ask. So, that information is just for me. Thank you very much. Okay, so moving forward, I've already spoken about Amdari. I've told us what Amdari is about. I've told you about our mission here at Amdari, but I'd just like to reiterate on that again. So Amdari is an innovative platform designed to revolutionize how aspiring tech professionals build their career and gain practical experience. So we know that before you get it, is something. Sorry about that. So you know that before you get a job, there always has to be a section where it says your experience. And now you just, fresh out, maybe you just finished a course, you just finished school, or maybe you're turning into tech for the first time. What experience would you want to have on your CV? You don't have any experience. You've never been hands-on tech before. You've never been in a workspace where you have to, put in those skills into to the test, basically. So at Andari, that is literally what we're here for. But our mission is to bridge the gap between that theoretical and
Sorry, guys, I'll try to get Toby on the call.
Sorry about that. The internet just went off while the light took off. So I'm just going to quickly run through again while I'm getting my camera up. So let me just before I keep us waiting here for so long. Okay. So as I was saying, our mission is to bridge the gap between theoretical learning and real world experience by providing users with the real life end-to-end practical hands-on projects. So when we say hands-on project, it's one thing to work on a project on maybe while taking a course. It's one thing to scroll and say, oh, look at this project. Let me know what it's about. It's one thing to just skim through, and it's another thing to actually work on that project, to actually be a part of that project. And what we do at Amdari is that we give you the opportunity to be able to, experience what it feels like to have that role, even without you having any real world experience in the first place. So we give you that hands-on project in data analytics, data science, data engineering, business analytics, SOC analysis, like we just presented today by our intern, ethical hacking and penetration testing, governance, risks and compliance, GRC projects management. So just a moment, let me share my screen right now. I want to share some success stories from our interns that have gotten jobs via Amdari. Basically, they jumped on Amdari, they worked on the project.
Hello, Toby, you're muted.
So sorry. I have been speaking. I joined the second. Ooh, I joined the second person I've been speaking. So sorry. Okay, so I'm sharing my screen right now so I can share a few success stories from my interns and that have gone through the program, and they have quite a number of things to say. Joining these interns, or would I say joining the interview of these interns, was really eye-opening, because it made me see what we do and how we help people from the outside, because they had a lot of things to say. And even on my own end, I did not know this is how well we have touched lives of people at Amdari. So I just want to share my screen so you can listen to these wonderful testimonials by yourself. Just a moment. We have people from, I think I'll mention Francis. He got a job from Deloitte. And then you can imagine that they got a job from Deloitte. That's one of the biggest firms right now. Please, can you see my screen? Give me a thumbs up if you can see my screen. All right, thank you, Joyce. Okay, so some success story at Amdari. Now, like I mentioned, we had one of our interns landed a job at Deloitte, and his name is Francis. So if you can see here, Francis has, project manager consultant at Amdari on his LinkedIn profile. Now, this is very, very important. because we are not just speaking and say, oh, you can use this as our reference. We are literally being used as references, and people are coming back to us. So at, oh, did this person work in a company? This person work in a company. I mean, it's a UK company. So this is one of the things that will put you on. And as you can see on LinkedIn's, on Francis' LinkedIn profile, he has Amdari, project management consultant. Now, if you noticed, Chukwuemeka is we don't basically refer to our interns as interns, we refer to them as consultants, because when you come into Amdari, that is what we refer to you as consultants. So you can see the project management consultant at Amdari, Alberta, Canada. So he has the and if you actually get to click on this and listen to Francis, you would hear him say things like, oh, Amdari was a very, very wonderful program for me. It really helped me. And you can see over here that one year I just got a call from Deloitte that the interview was successful, starting onboarding in August. To God be the glory. Good morning, sir. You can see how wonderful that is. In fact, with the first name that he called the specialist, this is the specialist right now, who is Brown that he was referring to. So you can see the first name even called Brown. You can tell that the relationship that they have is quite strong. And this was just really, really wonderful. I'll play some more success stories for us, but moving forward, we have another of our intern that got a job. She said, good morning, Amina. With the way you revamped my CV, I got a job offer of £50,000 yesterday, although I am turning down the offer because it's a 6-hour drive from London. Thank you for what you've done so far. So we have our employability specialist that, revamps CVs and also your LinkedIn profile and optimizes it basically. She revamped one of our intern CV, and you can testify to the screenshot on my screen. She got a job of £50,000, and the only reason why she said she was going to turn it down was because it was a 6-hour drive from London. But she still did land the job, which was really, really amazing. We have another intern here saying, "Hi, Miriam. My name is Larry from Amdari. I just got a secondment role as a business analyst in the data analyst team. I would be writing user stories for the extraction of data from EW. I need help understanding." So basically, this is Larry. He got a job as a business analyst in the UK during his work experience. So you don't even basically have to finish the program before you land the job. Most of our interns have joined 1 month into the program and they landed the job. 2 months into the program and they landed the job. So it just your determination, your goal, you have to know your goal, and you have to take this program serious, because we are giving you everything we can to help you succeed. We have another intern, says, "Hi, Mohammed. I just got a data science job, my first data science job, using some of the things we learned here." So this success stories are just really, really making me happy, because I'm like, wow, so this is how much we are impacting lives at Amdari. We have another intern called Damilola. She landed a senior role in procurement in the UK. This was before the completion of her internship. So she moved to the UK. She had taken a data analytics course, but she couldn't land interview, obviously, because you just took a course. Even how to sit at interviews would be a problem, because you've never applied for that role before. You just finished the course. So she couldn't get a job until she made one sheet. And what was that sheet? Amdari. So she joined Amdari. She built a portfolio of projects. She built her dashboard, worked in cross-functional teams, and she used the tools like Slack, Excel, Power BI, Tableau. She documented it all in a portfolio. Now, like I mentioned before, wouldn't you love recruiters reaching out to you saying, "Oh, I saw your portfolio. This made me reach out to you. I think you'll be a perfect fit for this role. Oh, I saw your LinkedIn profile. I think you'll be a perfect fit for this role." Wouldn't we love that? That would be really amazing. And that was what Dami got before she even finished her internship at Amdari. Now, this is another success story. I'm telling you this. In fact, this success story that I'm showing you is literally the tip of the iceberg, because we have better life-touching stories. Okay, so this is Hi Tofa. It says, "Hi Tofa, good evening. It's a day with me. I just wanted to give you a heads up. I won't be able to join the drop-ins or participate in the project. I have finally landed the job and I'm to resume upweek." This is another person that landed the job. And like I said, so we have another person saying, "Good morning. I just made payments for my 3-month internship about a month ago, and I'm thinking of extending my internship." This person has joined our internship program. They are seeing that, oh wow, these people are really, they are literally giving more than what they even said they give, because How would someone join for 3 months and then say, oh, you know what, I think I want to extend this internship? That shows that they are really getting value for being in the program. Now, this is another of our intern again saying, I just wanted to officially let you know that I've landed a data analyst role within the civil service, and it's a level promotion too. And he was asked to present a presentation on any data analysis project. He edited and submitted the first project that they worked on, which saved him a lot of time and gave him confidence. Now, imagine his first job, the project that he could say, okay, this is a proof that I've done this role, was a project that he worked on at Amdari, and that's alone, it's one project. He edited it, he submitted it, and that got him a job. So this just shows us how wonderful the Amdari intern program is. Just a moment. Okay, so we have another intern here. I could go on and on, honestly, about this success story, but what I want to do right now is I want to play just one video so we can actually hear and not just see from our interns, and actually hear what they have to say, speaking about their experience in the program, how they got the job. I wouldn't take much of our time, just a few seconds. Let me share that right now with us. Okay, it's coming up now. All right. Because I feel like it's easier to hear from them, see them, speak about it, than for me to just show you screenshots. Because if you say I should show you screenshots, oh my God, we're not going to leave this session tonight. I have a whole lot of screenshots from interns that got jobs and are testifying to the amazing program here at Amdari. Okay, so just a moment, it's coming up. I'm going to share a video of Larry. Yes, let me share a video of Larry. Let me stop sharing and share again. Okay, please let me know once you can see my screen and once you can hear the audio. So I'm going to play it and then pause it just so I can some reactions if you can hear my audio. Please, can you see my screen? Please confirm you can see my screen. Oh my
so congratulations on getting the business analyst role, and was very excited for you.
All right, please confirm that you can hear the video. Just give me a thumbs up if you can, so we can move forward. All right, thank you.
Once again, you got a job as a business analyst, right, Larry?
Yes, in my current place of work.
Awesome. So congratulations on getting the business analyst role, and was very excited for you. Yeah. Okay. So quick one, right? I would like to know what challenge you faced before landing this role, right? And probably landing your first job in tech also. What was the challenge? I mean, this is your first job in tech?
Yes. I've been in banking operations all the while. So yes, my first role in tech.
Awesome. So what was the challenge you faced trying to get a job in tech as someone who just, got the skill probably from a boot camp and all that? So what was the major challenge before Amdari?
All right. So the major challenge I personally faced was lack of confidence, because most of the experience I had was, like, say, textbook experience. It wasn't really hands-on like that. So when I go for interviews, most times, like, I just get scared. I'm like, and I might start well, but the confidence wasn't really there, because I'm a very practical person. I'm the kind of person that once I've done it, yes, then I'm good. But there's a difference between reading it and being told and actually doing it. So confidence was, one of the key issues for me, because from my experience, I could say I have how I say, is it referred experience now, or what do they call it, from the various roles I've done. But I didn't just have the confidence to say, okay, I have done this or I can do this, because I've not actually sat in the role to do it. So I think confidence was my own major issue.
Thank you so much, Larry. And I love what you said about being a practical person. But the best you got in before Amdari was just textbooky, more like theoretical, exposure to your
Yeah.
field. And the confidence aspect just ties to the fact that if you've not lived that reality, to be hard to actually tell the story in a confident way that will be convincing to who's trying to hire you and give you that opportunity. So it's one thing that we preach a lot. And that brings me to my next question, right? So I'd love to know what aspect of your experience at Amdari made you go from being a job seeker to being job ready and then ultimately landing the job.
Okay, I'll say that I have a lot of theoretical experience and certification, like I said earlier. But one thing that really stands out in Amdari is that for a business and analyst, we started from the data aspects, which in this in the current climate where companies are like cutting costs and everything, they want to be sure that they have a business analyst that is well rounded. So to be honest, it was the fact that I was able to, explain to them that I have experience with Power BI and SQL, which, I think my first two projects in Amdari, the first one was on SQL and the second one was on Power BI. That is really what got me the role. It's not even majorly anything about business, and but for the fact that, okay, they are aware that I'm interested in it, but the fact that I now have that data experience, that was one thing that really helped. And, I got that from here. So, yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. So amazing. And lastly, right, I just want to know what aspect of this experience exactly contributed to you acing your interview.
Okay. So I'll say the aspect, like I said earlier, is the fact that as a business analyst, we're first taking through data projects. That really helped me to stand out from just being a regular BA to like a technical BA. That really helped. So I'll say that's the specific part that really helped me.
I so love the part where you said being a technical BA gave you that edge. Because honestly, in my career also as a PM, I used
All right. So I'm pretty sure that we have heard things that most of our interns have had to say. So I'm just going to share my screen again so I can, give us the rundown and the final, conversation about how Amdari can help you land that job and how Amdari can give you that experience to help you land that job. Okay. And also, if you have any questions, please type it down or right afterwards. We can get into that. Okay, please confirm that you can see my screen. I think it's clear up now. Yes. All right. Okay, so now I've given a brief run through on how Amdari can help you gain that experience, the kind of experience that Amdari can help you gain. Our mission, I showed you, I've given you a brief run through on what our interns have to say about Amdari. You've also heard from our intern himself directly, and you've had the chance to ask your questions. Okay, there's a feedback. Yeah. So you've had the chance to ask your questions, see and hear from say the lion's mouth, basically. Okay. So now the next question is, how would Amdari help me gain this experience? I just want to let us know that if you have waited to the end, we have a special offer for you. Thank you for waiting to the end. So we have our next cohort that is happening on the 8th of November. The October cohort has already begun. We began this cohort on the 6th of October, and now we're gathering our interns and all of that for the next cohort, which is the 8th of November. So can you join our next cohort, or why should you join our next cohort? Basically, I'll say for the career experience internship. Now, you will get CV and LinkedIn makeover. Like I mentioned earlier on, I said we have our employability specialist now. Her own job basically to help you revamp that CV. That CV that you think, oh, I used it in the medical field. Oh, I was a teacher. There's nothing as an experience on that CV. I don't think I can use that to land the job. I promise you, you're actually joking. We have an employability specialist that specializes basically in revamping your CV. So as you come on board, the new project you're working on, will be adding it to that. You know, she will help you revamp your CV, and you also get a LinkedIn makeover. So your LinkedIn will become more pronounced. You have your projects there, like I showed us. Francis had Amdari work experience on his LinkedIn profile. Now that is what recruiters want to see, that you actually have that UK work experience that they're looking for. We also have interview mastery preparation. Now this is the interview prep. So we know that you just left a background that was not a tech. You just finished the course. You've never actually sat down to have an interview in the tech space before, so you don't know how it goes. Don't worry, we would help you do that. We have these interview prep sessions that we have. So you sit down with our mentors. It's like an interview stimulation. So you act like you're in the interview. You act like, you know, you're getting interviewed by actual real companies. But at this point, the best part of it is that you get actual feedback right immediately after. So you know how you did, you know how you performed, you get to hear, okay, maybe this is what I shouldn't have said, this is what I should have said, and you get corrected right immediately on that session. Now we have our exclusive remote job board access. Now, when you register at Amdari, you get to create a free portfolio website. I would walk us through it, but I don't know why the site is acting up right now. So you get to create a real portfolio website where you can showcase all the projects that you have worked on in Amdari on that website. You also get access to an exclusive job board. Now, with this job board, we have over 7,000 jobs with that contains sponsorship roles or not sponsorship roles. So basically, you have access to over 7,000 job boards where you can select, okay, do I want a sponsorship role? Do I not want a sponsorship role? You can set, and it's updated almost every day. Almost every day it's updated. We also have the personal portfolio to showcase your skills. Like I've mentioned, you have a portfolio, and this is free. It comes with the Amdari website. So instead of paying someone or trying to get how to create a portfolio, you have it all there with you. And now we have international work reference letter. It grants you a 2-year work reference letter that you can use, when you're looking for jobs after, let's say you just finished working at Amdari, or you're still working and you're still interning at Amdari, but you're still actively looking for jobs, which we actually advise you don't have to finish the program before you start looking for jobs. You don't have to wait until your 3-4 months before you say, okay, let me start applying. For the first month, for the first project, we will start using to revamp your CV, to revamp your LinkedIn and optimize it. You can start applying for this job. So with the help of the reference letter now, people want, obviously, reference letter is very, very important. But for you to have a 2-year valid reference letter from the UK, that will speak a lot on your portfolio and your CV as well. Now, we also have mentorship every Thursday from our industry experts. So every Thursday, you get to meet with the industry experts. For example, that will say FMNA, like I mentioned in the beginning. So people like FMNA that have had over 5 years of experience in the industry, you get to speak with them. You get to ask questions. Okay, what do you think I should do? I'm going to this career path. What do you think I should do? I'm doing this. What do you think I should do? You get to have that session every Thursday. Now, we also have career coaching session, like I mentioned, almost like a mentorship section. So, they put you through what you're supposed to do. Okay, this career path you're going into, and all of that. How would you, work? How would the experience be like? What should I expect? What should I not expect? We also have, you also have access to your specialists. You have access to these mentors even after you're done completely with the program. You can, oh, I just got this job. I know I'm done with the program. I think I should do this. You have them 24/7, during work hours, basically at your fingertips. Okay, so now for those who waited till the end, as you can see, we have a special offer. We're running our Black Friday discount, which instead of paying £5,000, you get to pay £299. In fact, it's £299. You get to pay £99 just to secure your spots, and you get to pay in installments as well. So let's say you get to secure your spot for just £99. The next month you get to pay another 99, and then the next month you get to pay another 99. We also are giving you are paying for 3 months, but you're getting 4 months free. So that means what? 1 month extra work experience. So I think I have been going on and on and on. Let me just open the floor before I give my final comment to anyone that would like to ask a question based on anything that I've mentioned so far. I will give the floor to us like 2-3 minutes while I try to also show you the portfolio that I was speaking and the job board so you can see by yourself. So if you have any questions, I am ready for you. Please raise your hand, or it's just us here, so you can ask your questions. I'm not hearing any questions. Or do we not have questions? Do we have questions? I want to show you what our portfolio website looks like and the job board as well, so you can actually get to see for yourself our job board and how many amazing jobs we have on there that are updated quite often. So let me share that. Okay. I guess no one has any questions for me. Let me drop the clarity link in the chat. If you did not fill the attendance form, please fill out the attendance form so you can get the slides and recording of this session as well. And maybe you would like to speak to someone else. Maybe you want to sit back, you want to think about it. Is this program actually what I want? Is this program what would push me to that point? I will drop the clarity link right now so you can book the clarity session. We are available from Mondays to Fridays, 1 p.m. and 8 p.m. So you get to meet with our colleagues and you can ask any question literally about the program, and they are going to be there to answer you 1 p.m. and 8 p.m. Mondays to Fridays. So in case you want to, sit back and think about it before you book your session on Monday, I would advise that you do, because we're getting to the first quarter. When we get to the first quarter next year, employers rather, would want to, would want to recruit people, new people. They are recruiting people in the company. So I think this would be a very, very good opportunity for you to gain, even though it's 1 month experience. I'm pretty sure that with Amdari, with your goals that you have in mind, with everything that you want to achieve, 1 month experience would be quite enough for you to pick up and start updating your portfolio, start updating your CV, and even get recruiters to reach out to you personally. So I would advise that if you want to book a therapy session, please book a therapy session for Monday. We will get from Tuesday because time is not waiting for anybody. We're already October, November, December, the month is closing, companies are closing. They want to hire everybody that they can hire for the new start of the Q1. So I'm also going to advise that this is a very good step for you to, look at that clarity. I'm dropping the link right now so you can book a therapy session if this is what you actually think would help you move forward. Okay. So I'm dropping it in the chat right now. You can see the available date. Just pick a time. If it's Monday, if it's Tuesday, if it's Wednesday, but I will advise that if you're really serious about this, please book your client session for Monday straight up so you can, start getting prepared and know if this is actually what you want to move forward with. So maybe at the next cohort, you can really join in and start getting ready for next year, because next year is going to be hot. Next year is going to be hot. Even this year is already hot as it seems in the job market and all of that. Okay, so I have dropped the clarity link in the chat. Just going to give us a few moments if you want to save it, copy and paste, or if you want to take a screenshot. Okay, I will not advise a screenshot. Just copy and paste it so you can have it later on when you decide that, okay, I want to book that clarity session, so you can have that link with you as well. Okay, so we'll be closing this session really, really soon. Just okay. The portfolio website is open. Let me quickly share that with us before we call it a night. All right, you can see my screen. Let me turn. This is one of my favorite features, and it's funny. It's the the light where I can change from dark mode to light mode, because as you can tell, I'm on a blue lens glasses. I don't really like it bright like that, so I can I have that option to change, which I really love. Okay, so when you come over here, you can see the job board. Let me walk us through the job board real quick. Okay, so you can see the job boards where we have updated lists. You can see over 7,000 jobs, over 7,000. And let me turn this on so you can see really. So you can see visa sponsorship. This one is tagged visa sponsorship because they are actually giving out visa sponsorship if you apply. If you are well experienced enough and they think that, oh yes, I think this person is good for the job, because honestly speaking, visa sponsorship does not come free. It does not come easy. So they really have to know that you are really ready. I really good for that job. And then that I'm not about to wait over £7,000 to bring somebody and to, you know, fund their relocation and fund everything, not for them to not give me what we want. So unless I'm really, really sure about you, yeah, before, you know, can have that sponsorship. And you also have to be sure about yourself. You also have to have that confidence. So you can see the engineer product, as data engineer, security analyst, cybersecurity, senior data scientist. This is just wonderful. If I scroll again, you can see the list. It goes on and on and on. Now for the portfolio website, let me show you a brief of the portfolio, what your portfolio website will look like once you know you are working on your project and you have, let's say you just work on one project. Please quickly update your portfolio website and you can get the link. Okay, so this is how you update your portfolio. Oh, I already updated my portfolio website, but I guess there was a change to the site. So when you come on with let me just copy this link and paste it in the chat. So in case you want to, you know, create a website, you want to create, you can just do this straight up. So you have your personal information, put in your picture, your phone number, growth analyst, everything, you know, next. And then you tell a brief about yourself, your years of experience, the number of projects that you've worked on. Just give a brief about it. I mean, it's a portfolio. You have to have a brief about yourself. And then when we move forward, you have specialization. So are you a data science? Are you a data analyst? Are you a data engineer? Are you a SOC analyst? Are you a GI specialist, an ethical hacking, project management, business analysis? You know, you can just click your, I'm just going to randomly click, just click your specialty. As you can see them around here, we have quite a lot of that. And you click on next. Now your skills. So select the skills or technologies you excel in. So if you're great at machine learning, model development, statistics, big data tools, problem solving, model deployments, you know, you select what you're perfect at, and then you move forward. Now your tools, what tools do you think you excel in? Is it Excel? Let's just pick Excel. GIT Hub, great. Okay, then we move next. Now your work experience. So this is the point where your CV must have already been revamped by a implementability specialist, so you can, you know, add a little work experience of what they've already worked on for you, or you can just add Amdari, you know, consultant at Amdari, maybe that data scientist consultant at Amdari. Just add your work experience here, and you move forward. Your educational background, you submit. It wouldn't work right now because we did not select any of those. But when you're done with this is literally what your portfolio is going to look so amazing. You can share when you're done with it. You click. There'll be a section for you to copy the link, and then you can upload that on any social media platform, on your LinkedIn, maybe you want to put it on your Instagram, I don't know, on your Twitter, wherever you feel comfortable putting that link, you can share that link. All right, so without wasting any much of our time. Oh, Ogunleye says, I have muted your mic. Oh, wow. No, you're not muted. You can speak. The mic is turned on. The mic is turned on. You can actually speak. Please try to turn your mic again. Hi, Ogunleye. Can you hear me? All right. I think you have some difficulties because the mic is turned on and you can speak. Okay, so thank you guys so much for joining this session. We'll give us a few minutes again just to, you know, copy the clarity link in case you would like to book a clarity session in the future. I would advise that if you're booking a clarity session, book it on Monday morning, maybe 1 p.m. You get to speak to one of our founders. So you can, you know, ask her question, technical questions like, what do you think I should do? What career path do you think I should move into? What career path do you think I should, based on my background in maybe medical background, you're a teacher, your background, any background that you come from rather, yes, that would be, you can have that conversation and you can walk you through your career path. Okay, so thank you everyone for joining this session. Since we have no questions,